This is the PL-89 calendar, PL-89 thought calendar, gematriatic thought calendar, Mercury gematriatic thought calendar. Today is Sunday, August 3rd, 2025, and it is Yom Rishon, first day of the week, ninth day of Av, of 5785, and the parsha is Vetchanan. And this is the PL-89 calendar, and it's a lunar and solar calendar, and it's called the gematriatic thought calendar because I'm trying to find out how the time can be analyzed through gematria. Is there a gematriatic nature to things, events that happen during the day, even to things we say? They equal certain numbers, and can these numbers be identified? And if a certain pattern happens, it can be seen here. It's great for memory. You can remember something you said 3 months ago as if it was just 5 minutes ago, because it's constantly being remembered. And that's the idea anyway. And it generally keeps thought focused in one area. And I try to find something interesting about the day in the box that we're in of the day. And because this is a lunar and solar calendar, it takes into consideration both the Hebrew and Gregorian calendar. They're both important. It also is a Daf Yomi calendar, takes that into consideration. What Daf we studied today, what was the daily page of Talmud study, and the Julian calendar as well. The interesting find for today is that on this calendar, both Av and August start right here. It's not always that way, but in this particular phase or dispensation, as I call it, Av and August start in box 8. And so if you count 8 boxes, and then 9 boxes, of course, because the 9th of Av, you'll come to 36. And that's interesting because you add 3 and 6 together, it's 9. And today is the 9th of Av. So that's one connection here, that we have the 9th day is connected to the 9th of Av. There was an interesting connection, just came to me, that a Lag BaOmer, the box would have been number 33, and it's the 18th box, and that corresponds to Lag BaOmer, which is the 18th day of the Omer, and it's on the 33rd day of the Omer, and it's the 18th day of Iyar, and it doesn't go one by one; it goes 8 plus 9, 8 plus 9. So that's an interesting connection there. But that's back in Lag BaOmer time. But now the connection is that 3 and 6 is 9. And also, this is another purpose of this calendar, is to study the 72 names of God. The 72 names of God, or the 72 letter name, is a name, it's really 72 3-digit or 3-letter name, 3-letter words that are derived from 3 verses in the book of Exodus, chapter 14, verses 19, 20, and 21. Each verse has exactly 72 letters. And they're in this acrostic form, and certain kinds of words are made from these acrostics. The first verse is forward, the middle one is in reverse, and then the third one is forward. And there's another way of doing it where they're all forward. The reverse has to do with din, a judgment, and I think the general idea, the rule is that anytime something's written backwards or written in reverse, it has to do with judgment. So, but today we need all the chesed we can get, and so there are those who analyze this name only in the chesed. I do both, actually, and I have something, my own innovation, called the Tav, T-A-V. It's called the Tiferet average value. Tiferet is generally understood as the blending of, or the balance between Chesed and Gevurah, and so this is like it's doing that. It's taking both of these names, the ones that contain the Gevura and the one that's it's only Chesed, and takes both names, the gematria, and adds them together and gets the average value. So that's like a Tiferet. I'm averaging out the value between the Chesed and Gevura. So I'm doing a Tiferet sort of function, sort of process. That's why I call it. So anyway, this the way this is made, you'll see that it's the same format, the same amount of rows and columns, minus one, as the 72 letter name, because 72 letter name is 8 times 9 is 72, and that's another reason why this is called the PL-89. But the 72 letter name is 8 times 9, and it's read from right to left, because Hebrew goes right to left. So it goes both. So the connection between today is that if you start counting here, and you go up to in every cycle, there can be 5 cycles in a year, because 72 times 5 is 360. So each 72-day period, it's like a portion of the year, percentage of the year. So right now we're in the last fifth. So you can't have more. You can do 5 times 71 would be like 355, I think. And then 5 times 72, 360. Those both could be about a year. And so you can fit those things. So this last fifth, we started in this last one, and today we're on the 17th name. And it's on 4 here, if you count the Hebrew way. And 4, and then, of course, we're on 36. So 36 divided by 4 is 9. Today's the 9th of Av. So in 2 ways, the 9th of Av is connected to these boxes of the calendar.